How's it going, everyone? Kung here. So today what I wanted to do was make a video to demonstrate my max block Gladiate, Gladiator um, Duelist. And so what I have here is a map that I want to run to kind of showcase it. So the whole purpose of this character was basically to make it really resilient to dying. So I have a map to try and help illustrate that. So we'll go ahead and bring it up. Alright. So like I said, the whole purpose of this build is to make it really difficult to kill, and so because of that, what I did was go for max block, and the skill that I'm using is Blade Vortex, and it's currently hooked up with Iron Will, Echo. Whoa. There were some bearers in there. Anyway, I have it hooked up with Blade Vortex, Echo, Iron Will, Increased Duration, and Controlled Destruction. So that's my 5-link. Increased Duration is the 5th link that I went with, and it was mostly convenience / being able to stack up more blades on bosses. And since we're max block, of course, we're using Sybil's Paw. And basically what I do is run around and not necessarily just entirely face tank, but I'm able to do a good amount of tanking, and especially like with some of these Piranhas boxes where you can get a whole lot of dropped frames. It's really nice. So one of the things that I do too is I have Whirling Blades with Fortify, and then I'm also running a Basalt Flask, so I get 40% Fizz reduction on top of 3 endurance charges and almost 11k armor, so physical damage isn't really a big deal. And so you also keep that on top of the fact that there's 75 block spell block. And the way I'm able to achieve that is from the Gladiator passives, which grant block, and then the one that's really powerful, I can't think what it's called, maybe Versatile Combatant, I think that's what it is, that converts block to spell block and applies your block to spell block too. So that's really powerful, because typically the only way to deal with this before was you had to get like Stone of Lazwar, Rainbow Strides, and really important unique items to be able to get capped block and spell block. But the beautiful thing about the Gladiator is that he automatically gets all the block applied to spell block, so you don't have to go for those specific uniques, which makes it a little bit easier to gear, and you can also just stack more life on your gear. And as you can see, I'm currently sitting at a little under 6.5k health. I still have 2 more health nodes to get, and I've got another jewel socket that's available, so I really hope to be able to push that closer to like 6.8 or so. And there's some pieces that I could upgrade to get better life on, and so I think ultimately you could top this character out around 7k life. So that's pretty powerful, because basically one of the reasons that blocks struggled before was it would have capped block but a low life pool, so if you ended up missing a few blocks in a row, it would hit your life and you would get killed. But with that deeper life pool, if you miss a block or 2, it gives you time to be able to react and pop back up. One of the downsides though with the build, and I haven't figured out exactly how to deal with it the best yet, is that it has a little bit lower damage. So this is definitely not your top tier damage build, but I really think it makes up with it by being so resistant to dying. And so I've been doing several things to try and help. Yes, I mean, you can see we're losing frames again, but we come out of that full life, not even worried. And yeah, it's just really, really tanky, even like with Vuln on in this kind of map. So that's definitely one of the things that I really like about it, is it's just unbelievably tanky. And I don't think the damage is too terribly bad, so some of the passives that you get in the Gladiator Ascendancy tree help with giving a little bit more damage. And the other thing that I do is I use a sulfur flask, because whenever... Okay, whoa. I don't want to lose frames around the boss and end up sitting on top of a rare. Is there a shrine in here? Nope, just 2 blue packs. Hang on a second. I want to stay focused on malformation. Yeah, so I carry that sulfur flask because it gives you 40% increased damage. So there's a little bit of a damage boost there, and since whenever you blade Vortex, I'm pretty sure it snapshots at what your current damage is when you cast it, and then that blade spins around you for the duration. That as long as you plateau, so as long as you get the blade up spinning around you where you're under the sulfur flask, it should end up giving you that 40% increased damage for that blade as long as it's still spinning around you. Drop some junk on the ground because I don't want to leave maps behind. I mean, they're fairly short. Alright, so this would be a good test to see what happens with this volatile, because sometimes they do nothing. Yeah, not really too bad. Other times I feel like I get really chunked by them. Alright, so it's a pretty decent pack. I don't want to just sit in it. Try and play a little bit defensively anyway, even if the character still is pretty tough. So that had reactivate enemies with onslaught. I thought it said destroy or like DD. Yeah, that's one of sort of the downsides of Blade Vortex, is anytime it starts hitting a lot of enemies, you lose frames pretty bad. So like I know, like even like when I'm recording this video, like my PC's not lagging or anything, just oh shit. Alright, so that could have been like a death typically, but max block makes it a little bit less rippy. Like, yeah, that's the type of thing that you just try and hope that you get out of on most builds, many other builds at least. I don't necessarily know if it's most. Alright, so another Flame Bearers pack. I think that's it. Let's check. Yeah, one monster remains. So yeah, that's the demo that I wanted to do for this. I'm gonna work on putting together a build guide and stuff. So I have, keep in mind that was a level 18 blade Vortex, so I think as I get 19 or 20, that will help with improving the clear speed a little bit, but I think still for a T11 that's pretty good. And then also getting 6th link will help add some more damage to it as well. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you guys soon.